Hello, everybody, Psycho-Creative community. Good afternoon, good morning, United States, Poland, Israel. This week, we dedicate our studies here in the Psycho-Creative Institute. We have 4 other lessons in Hebrew, and we decided to have a weekly topic and to focus on this topic from different angles, depending on the subject of the specific class. So we had Hebrew lessons about, the weekly topic is endlessness. So we had a class about self-love and endlessness, and self-criticism and endlessness, and addictions and endlessness. Hello, Roberta. Buenos dias. And today we are going to put together intuition and the concept of endlessness, which is, I'm not sure that endlessness is even a concept. When you refer to the word a concept, I think it's a logic term. I don't know the exact dictionary meaning of the word concept. It means like it is something that you define, something that you refer to as something that we can all more or less agree exists, a concept. It's something that we can all focus on at and discuss. But when I'm talking about endlessness, maybe it is even the negative of a concept. I didn't think about it, but now it is a question. Maybe it is something that can break our tendency to create concepts, endlessness. Because a concept may have a beginning and end, or a definition in which we refer to the concept. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing. The concept of endlessness actually is related to breaking limits, breaking boundaries, breaking limitations. When I was trying to define endlessness in logic words, which is for sure impossible, but nevertheless, we're doing our best, because endlessness is something that is purely illogical. Our logic cannot accept something that has no boundaries and has no beginning and end. So what I did, I took our logical ability about having things that are defined by beginning and end, let's say a process, something that begins somewhere and ends somewhere. And then to assume that despite the fact that I thought it might have an end, I realized that it continues. Let's say I walked and I found myself facing a wall, and I thought it was the end of my journey, the wall. That's it. No more journey. End. And then suddenly I find a door. I find a window. I find a hole in the wall, and I pass through it and say, oh my God, this wasn't the end. And then I keep walking, enjoying my trip, until I find another wall. Very high wall, very thick wall. And I'm thinking, well, this is the end of my journey. Okay, no more journey. And then again, I find another door. And this repeats itself over and over again. Whenever I think I found a wall, I found the end, there was a new beginning. This may be a kind of logical view over endlessness. The fact that despite the fact that you believe you reached the end, you suddenly realize that this wasn't an end, it was just a stop in a process that never reaches its end. It's like a painting that Pablo Picasso was referred to the saying that a painting never ends, it just stops in some interesting spots. It never really ends. You just decide to stop because you want to move to another painting or to another thing, but it doesn't mean that it ended. It can always continue. Later this week, one of the students in the classes pointed out that you don't need to look at endlessness just in the future direction, but also in the past direction. The same works because even in math, there is endlessness in the positive and endlessness in the negative. And what does it mean, endlessness, when we look at the past? Whatever we think was the beginning wasn't the beginning. There was something before it. And then you go backwards, and you think, oh, this is the beginning. And then you realize, no, there was something before this. And you continue going backwards, and you never reach a real start, because whenever you reach the bottom, there is something deeper and deeper. I think that this is a way to describe the concept, the impossible concept of endlessness, in logical way. If we want to describe it in a spiritual way, it's totally different. It's something that we feel, it's something that we can experience. We can just even close our eyes and start daydreaming, and we are in endlessness. No much effort. In our feelings, in our spirituality, we get in touch with endlessness, with our emotions. Our imagination doesn't have any end, doesn't know what end means when we dream, when we imagine things. But if we want to make it a little logical, so we say, imagine a process that you believe has its end, and then you realize it doesn't really end. It begins again, or continues and continues and continues. Endlessness is something that is, I think, very interesting in terms of spiritual investigation or exploration. It is a great challenge in terms of bridging left and right brain, because we have endlessness aspects in our lives, and we do have other aspects that are not, that do have some kinds of ends. How do we bridge between them? Me, myself, my soul, my spirit as an endless entity, and me here as human being, people, living, dying, things begin and things end, but still there are things that are endless. I would like to see how endlessness is related to intuition. And again, our goal is to somehow see things not only in terms of spiritual point of view, but also logical point of view. So the logic can get closer to the spiritual, so they can work together. Okay? So this is the subject of this class, how intuition is related to endlessness. There is a chapter about this in the book, but today we'll only use our minds and our hearts and see what we will make of our own thoughts and feelings about the connection between intuition and endlessness. So let's start by some association exercise. I would like you to, let's open a new page. Okay. So, endlessness and intuition. So, any thoughts, any ideas you might have now about the connection it might be between endlessness and intuition? Any ideas?
There is no limitation in imagination,
Okay.
and I would connect imagination and intuition together. So there's no limitation. No limitation is endlessness.
Fine. So, imagination has no limits. Imagination is related to intuition. Nice. This is a very important thing that you said, David, that imagination is related to intuition. And I think this represents the obstacle we have when we want to be more intuitive, because we usually refer to imagination as something that is unreal, just imagination, not really thing, not illogical, does not exist in terms of left brain. In terms of right brain, imagination is part of reality. Actually, it is the place where reality is created. It is the womb. It is the womb, the pregnancy of reality is the imagination. And the same goes for intuition. We will define again intuition, and we will see how it resembles. Okay, Verdit, what do you think?
It's not a thinking, it's something that came up, that knowledge is limited, but wisdom is endless.
Knowledge is limited. Wisdom is endless or limitless, like you said. Okay. Nice. I will argue with you that knowledge may also be endless, but maybe later. And when we make the connection between intuition and knowledge, maybe we can say there is the left brain knowledge, where I will agree it is limited, and the right brain knowledge, which is defined by its endlessness, because it can always expand. Intuition brings us knowledge from places we cannot understand. It is as if it always has new ideas, always have new ideas. Okay.
I agree, so add it on. You can add it to this sentence.
Okay. I would say logical knowledge. Okay. Many times we will see that there are a few definitions for the same thing. The left brain definition and the right brain definition. Both are correct, just in terms of points of view. All right. Who else wants to add something to this combination, to this couple, endlessness and intuition?
I'm reflecting the intuition always brings an opening to something that is unknown.
Okay.
And
Always opens a door to something that was not known, right?
yeah, in a way, it's a little bit like the metaphor you use of the wall, and you always somehow find the door and till the next point. So if you look at it in a logical way, at the same time, it's a sequence of infinite points that can open up in different moments.
Infinite points that can open up. And I believe that once you want to be more intuitive, you should meet this crossroad where you are invited to feel endlessness and then also to feel the anxiety related to this, then to say, okay, I won't fight it. I will let it be, even if I don't understand it. Okay, Janita, what do you want to add?
The intuition, it's the vehicle that drives us and takes us to the endless.
Okay, intuition is a vehicle. Nice. And as I point out many times in terms of right brain wisdom, things are going through kind of cycles, not sequence, but cycle, not linear, but spiral, which means that intuition may take us to endlessness, but vice versa. When we allow ourselves the feeling of being endless, we can become more intuitive. From over there, from places where it is completely unknown and we let ourselves being in the unknown, suddenly we get new insights. And vice versa. New insights can take us to unknown places. Okay, and this is the nice thing about right brain. Intuition can bring creativity, and creativity can enhance intuition. Okay, it's like a cycle. Doesn't matter where you begin. If you continue, you will go you will meet all parts of the cycle. All right, so intuition is a vehicle to endlessness, infinite points that can open up. Intuition always opens a door to something that was not known. Logical knowledge is limited, wisdom is endless. All right, Vardit, you have something else, something new?
Yes, I want to kind of maybe suggest that intuition is the portal that comes from inside. You have to look inside to get it, to get the endlessness. Whether, yeah, that's, I don't want to compare it. It's something that the direction is inside.
Okay.
It's inside.
Okay.
It's something I wanted to relate to, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
Could I say intuition is more connected to the wisdom of the heart compared or in contradiction to this kind of wisdom, if at all?
The wisdom.
Wise initials of wise is wisdom is stupid experience. So wise can be stupid, like in Hebrew.
Oh, wait. Your crazy mind. Okay. But you say intuition is the wisdom of the heart. And can you connect it to endlessness or not?
For me, it's obvious it's connected to endlessness.
Okay. Heart Okay. All right. Thank you. Viola?
I think intuition is connected with freedom, inner freedom you have.
Nice. Intuition is connected to freedom.
Definitely.
Nice. You want to say something else, Viola?
I have no idea what to do with endlessness and freedom. I wanted to combine them, but actually, I do not have enough freedom to say this. I don't know.
You know, when you take the word end, E-N-D, you can say evolving new directions. You can always evolve or elevate or energize or whatever. New directions. Endless.
I am with Viola. Said, I don't have enough freedom. What did you say? I don't have enough freedom
to deal with endlessness.
Oh, that's nice. To deal with endlessness. And this is just what you feel. It is your belief. You know that beliefs can be changed. It's just a state of mind, something you got used to. Okay. Who else? Yanita, you have something else?
Yes, intuition comes from the unknown, and the endless comes from the unknown.
Intuition and endlessness comes from the unknown. By the way,
And because of it, they have the connection between them.
yeah, both come from the same place. Both come.
I don't know
And
from the same place, Pinky, but they have a connection.
okay, maybe different places in the unknown.
I don't
Different
know, but they have
countries.
a connection,
Okay,
a mysterious connection.
hence connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's say if we also again refer to the endlessness in terms of backwards and refer intuition also to, let's say, a very deep and rich bank of prior experiences that are there, and many experiences that go backwards, many years, lives, etc., in endlessness fashion. Not only endlessness in present, not only in future, but also in terms of back to now. Okay, more ideas.
It comes a question after listening to you right now. It comes like, is intuition the bridge to endlessness?
Wait, we will get to questions later, but you say intuition may be a bridge to endlessness, and maybe this represent why we resist sometimes being intuitive, because we are afraid going to endlessness. So we prefer to stay with the known and with the boundaries. And this is maybe something that Viola referred to. I don't have the freedom. Well, if you want freedom, you just take your freedom.
Yeah, if we relate to freedom, there is the freedom of the soul and the freedom, physical freedom. So in our mind or soul, we can choose to be free even in jail. So maybe it's another kind of freedom.
Spiritual versus physical
Freedom.
freedom. Yeah. And this is also what Viola said, that it is how do you say, is connected to freedom. And we haven't said many words about what freedom really is. We assume that we all mean the same thing when we say freedom. I'm not sure.
Indeed.
Very interesting. Okay.
Indeed.
Anyone else wants to add your associations, your thoughts, your assumptions, your guesses?
I would
No,
like to say,
Yes, Agnieszka.
Agnieszka, hello. I have a bit of problem thinking about human being as endless, because I think we have, in this life at least, beginning and the end. But I tend to think that intuition connect me with the zone or spirituality, where is so for me it's like a connection with the zone when I'm more free and I can explore things. I can also contact the endless zone, I will say. I'm not sure if that it's hard for me personally thinking about myself. I am endless. But I think I am able to operate in the zone which is endless. I think more like this, because I also some limitations I perceive as a blessing, actually, that I'm not everything. Otherwise, it will be hard to make a choice. But so for me, it's hard to make a statement what you could write, actually. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I'm just searching
nice.
for conclusion. I'm not sure what I would like to say finally.
Well, there is no need for conclusions now.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
We can stay endless.
Okay.
We can stay with no end.
This is the power of questioning.
Yeah.
Endlessness
Questions
can
are endless.
also be a state of mind where we don't reach the end.
Yes.
Let's say you watch a movie and you wait anxiously for the end so the heroes will be reunited and win, and you don't reach the end. You just stay over there and continue.
Yes,
So
I understand.
sometimes this is real life. This is not a movie.
Yes.
And in real life, most of the time, we don't reach complete ends. We reach partial ends. And then we continue.
Yes.
Okay? All right. And whenever you feel that you feel it, but yet it is hard for you to define, it means that it is something that belongs to another place, another space, and it's okay that you don't have the words. Stay there. It's okay.
Okay.
So you said, and you also Roberta said, it is a bridge to another place. In me, maybe intuition is a bridge to an endlessness space that we can imagine everyone with their own imagination. So it is like a hand that is inviting us, come here. I would like to show you something that you have never seen. Okay? And this is the way intuition works with invitations, with mysterious invitations that come through passion, new ideas, and we are there to make a choice because they're just invitations. And depending on our fears or on our state of being adventure, we may take the invitation and see where it takes us. Okay? And I think that this state of mind, where we connect ourselves through intuition to endlessness, is something that can expand us to new horizons. And as you said, there is always a wall, but let's say I can increase the space inside the wall. I can improve this space so the walls will be much more distant. And even if when I approach them, they can be pushed through the work I do with my intuition. Okay.
That's good.
Rivka, she's shy. She
Okay.
should be talking. She wanted to talk before.
Oh yeah. Don't you know how to raise a hand in the Zoom?
I
Rivka?
did.
But she did it like this, with the hand, not with the...
I
We
don't
are-
know. I don't
We are
know how.
digital here, you know. You are digital. We are like robots, intuitive robots. So if you are in your phone,
Intuitive robot.
No,
see
I'm
the
on the laptop.
all right, wherever you can see reactions or react in the bottom,
Yes. Yes,
Press-
yes. So I press on this,
you press on react, and then you can see raise hand.
and then I see. There you go.
There is a sign of a hand.
I press on it, and
ET phone home. Yes.
wow.
All right. Never mind.
Okay,
So,
next time I look.
yes. So, you know, Rivka is a student, just began learning how to become intuitive painting teacher, right?
Wonderful.
Yes.
Now you're here with us. So what would you like to add to this discussion?
I feel that intuition, it comes like suddenly, and sometimes it comes when I'm in a state of a question, and I really don't know what is possible, and then it comes. And it's like the connection with the endlessness, like the time, it's like no time. It comes from some other
Dimension?
other space.
Dimension.
Like it comes like I don't know the word, more barak. How you say it?
Lightning.
Like a lightning. It's
okay, what I wrote, it's you just get a hello from endlessness, or
and also sometimes in in dreams, like something can come in a dream at night, and it's happening after.
Okay, again, it is a connection between places, other places, and physical reality. To what you see in dreams may sometimes manifest later in your physical life. Okay, again, something that bridges between endlessness and physical life, which are also defined by boundaries. Okay.
Maybe I can connect intuition into a tool that can help us get out of stress or distress situations. Situations of stress.
We can get to it in another class because it is a totally big and different topic. Intuition as a part of healing process or emotional healing. So, following the things that we said, let's come up with questions. Now we can ask, and let's say we got here a representative from God, came here to ask any of our questions. You can ask whatever you like, but you need to ask if you want to get answers. So I'm inviting you to ask any question you like, and later we will do some work with your questions. We will find in our hearts ways to the endlessness where the answers are coming from. But we need to ask the question.
Can we really trust intuition?
Then I really, no, this is Hebrew.
Yeah.
I really.
Can we really trust intuition in a world of in a, how do you say, עולם חומרני, practical, not practical,
In physical
physical world.
and full of negativity.
World.
Should I be more suspicious? Okay. Okay. Ask more questions. Whatever you want to ask about intuition. Allow yourself to ask questions. This is very important because intuition can be intensified if we invite it. The information.
Another version is.
Wait. Information comes as a response to a need. Okay? They are like couple. A need, information, a question, response. But as long as there's no question, if you see the most channelers, best channelers in the world, what they do, they respond to questions. So the question ignites, moves the answer, the energy of the answer. So you have to ask questions. And you have to allow yourself to ask more questions. Okay, give me more questions, please.
A paraphrase is, is it really safe to use, to practice? Is it really safe?
Is it safe to follow intuition?
Yes.
Nice. There are nice answers for this, you know? Yeah. Give me more questions, please.
How can I switch on my intuition and how I can switch off?
Oh, great.
Or how I switching off my intuition.
Intuition button.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I make the magic? Okay. Yeah.
Can my brain or mind or whatever you call it can be hurt, or can I damage my ego using my intuition?
Oh my God, can I damage my ego? No wonder that a man asked this question. Wow, it will take
Can
my
I damage
brain.
my ego?
It will take my ego. It will take my manhood. Okay. Viola, go ahead, Viola.
What is stopping my intuition?
What is stopping?
What is disturbing my intuition to develop?
It's always hard to write intuition. From what? From stopping your intuition from being more available.
From being more active.
From
being proactive.
Oh, thank you, David. You know.
From being
proactive.
More active is okay with you, Viola? Okay, you got it?
We are connected intuitively.
Yes. All right, Yunita. Where are you? You're in the endlessness zone now. Okay. All right, more questions. I remind you that we also relate to endlessness today. Yes, Rivka.
Is the intuition also happening in a wider zone? I feel it in my heart sometimes, but is it also something that happens in the universe? What is the connection of the intuitive message?
I'm not sure that I understood you. What is the connection between intuitive messages
Where does it
and
come? Where does it come from?
this is something else. Where does it come from? This is easier question.
Yeah.
The answer will be yes. Okay.
I have question. Is intuition me? Is intuition me, myself? Or I'm not sure if I'm putting this right. Me and intuition is the same thing?
Is intuition me or something outside of me, or
Yeah, it can be like this.
let's say, wait, is it a part of my personality and identity?
Identity, yeah.
Does it belong to me? Is it mine?
You could
Is
ask in
here
a
within
different way.
me?
Is it inherent part of me or something that I acquire?
Is it inherent or
Acquired.
wired? All right, nice questions. Who else wants to add a new question?
I don't have a clarity in formulating the question, but it goes around. To me, it's quite clear that doesn't belong to personality. Actually, intuition is quite a tricky instrument to carry us in a path of outside personality. And
So your question will be,
so my question is like, how to deal with when we get to a kind of nucleus of obstination in personality that doesn't want to open up any. It's like there is clearly like a fear to kind of last wall. So there is this avoidance.
How to deal with the place in our mind that resists intuition?
Yeah, because opening up, it means like yes, or at least the feeling of a last surrendering.
It's too dangerous for this part in our mind to open and to let
Kind
go.
of a part that is obstinated and somehow closed because I don't know, along the time need to do that.
Okay. All right. Anyone else wants to ask a question? Those of you who did not ask any question, maybe want to add something? Yanita, you wanted to ask a question? No, I don't hear you now. Okay. So, Agnieszka, look at these questions. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 questions. What is the most interesting question for you?
For me?
Yeah, you can now choose.
Sorry, I need to think through how to do.
Just pick something that jumps to your mind without much thinking.
Maybe you can ask somebody. Sorry, I just I
It's
think
hard
all
to.
of them are quite interesting. I will.
Okay.
I like my question.
You like your question. Okay. So you'd like us to follow your question?
Sorry.
Is intuition is me? I mean, the definition of me is also something. It's like
I think about this one. How can I switch intuition button?
okay. All right. So do you prefer this one or this one? You are free to choose.
Okay, if you want, you can start from this one.
This one?
Yeah, if you like.
All right, it doesn't matter for me. Okay,
Okay.
so this is our question. Now I am inviting you to write your answer, your guessing, your assumption, your opinion, even if you don't know, so you guess. How can I switch my intuition button? How can I make my intuition flow better? How can I invite my intuition? How can I make it talk to me?
We
Right?
have to write it on the chat or what?
No, I prefer that you write it in a handwriting for yourself and then you read it to us. You can just guess.
Okay.
I guess I got it.
Okay. Now, this is a question that you can continue dealing with after the class. I have things to say to you, but first I would like to hear your opinion. And here we are talking about specific wisdom, natural wisdom, right brain wisdom, that doesn't need specific guidelines. We just need the right stimulus, and then it comes from within, like intuition. So this is why I'm asking you to guess, to make an assumption. It's just your first guess or second, that there be the third, the fourth, and it can develop. So who wants to begin with your answer to this question? How do I turn on intuition button? Don't be shy. Yes,
So,
Viola.
Viola.
Great. Viola, ladies first. We have many ladies here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I translated from Polish. First of all, I believe, it's my opinion, you have to develop the freedom inside of you and also the trust to be yourself, which is very much, in my opinion, connected with loving yourself and having being patient with yourself.
Wait, you say freedom, you say trust, you say self-love,
Yeah. And
and
it is
patience.
connected with perseverance, and you have to just try and just be gentle with yourself
Trials.
and just trying. And this,
Even trial and error. Try.
yeah, of course.
Give it the opportunity. Nice.
Yeah, because
Thank
I
you.
think I'm a master of intuition, so this is my experience.
Good.
Right.
Good. We like to have intuition masters here. Okay, Vadit. You are all intuition masters, you just may not know about this. Something to awaken to. Yes, Vadit.
Yes, I believe that there is inside an access to endless wisdom that I can connect to through, like, maybe assuming that I have a higher self that has perspective about about life that is wider than my physical one. And through connecting to it, I can ask questions. And I have to, like I said, like Viola said, trust the answers. And sometimes it's not coming in a very clear way, and I have to insist and to ask again and to see what I get, But anyway, yeah, that's part of my thinking right now.
Very much. Assuming I have a wider intelligence, wiser wisdom, my higher self, and I can make a connection, I can ask questions. Not always they are clear. I should ask again. It is my privilege to ask again. Nice. Yes. Who else wants? David, go.
I said something about letting go. Simply letting go of intuition is of our thoughts and anxieties and apprehensions. However, it's not simple. But I said, to me, I made an equation between letting go and self-trust. Letting go, it means self-trust. You trust,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is quite a lesson, endless lesson actually, to let go, in my opinion.
Letting go. Letting go is really related to trust, because you trust the flow that will take you. And if you cannot trust the flow, you cannot let go. All right, Agnieszka, I see that you want to share your thoughts with
Yes,
us.
because I was thinking about creativity and any other activities which are more connected with this intuitive zone. So through change, I wrote through changing activity to more intuitive, like creativity, and also to take a risk, to allow yourself to step out from the logic, and even to make yourself full.
Nice. So, doing some things that may stimulate intuition, like creativity,
Yes.
taking risks, going on adventures,
Yes.
go beyond the known.
Mm.
Again, the same symbol of crossing the wall, passing the wall. I go to adventure. I don't know what it will take me. I pass the wall of knowing and I go to the not knowing. So I stimulate intuition to join me. Nice. So many nice answers. All right. Who else wants? Yes, Rivka.
If I agree to be in a state of really letting go of knowing, and I find something new. I don't.
So I agree not to know.
Yes, it's sometimes it's frightening even, but I agree to be there, and then something new is coming.
Nice. As I said before, intuition and creativity, they both stimulate each other. So if I go to the unknown place, it's being creative. I am being creative at this moment. Once I agree to be creative, to go to the unknown, intuition joins me and gives me new signs and new road signs inside this new unknown road. So it goes together. Okay, who else wants to add something? Roberta, you want to say something?
The
No.
first thing that came was like to be silent, to generate a space of silence inside, and receptivity, and to be receptive. Sometimes it speaks in a very subtle way. So silence, I think, is a good preparation to receive it.
Nice. So, thank you. I think it is something that we can and should explore, and it is tightly related to the concept of endlessness in our mind. Many times we put the boundaries, even though they're not there, we make the boundaries. And we need to decide to pass our own boundaries, that our own walls. And then we go to some adventure, go are beyond our decisions, our concepts, our logic. Another thing that you haven't mentioned is the relationship between intuition and passion. So again, it is both ways. I believe that intuition is talking to us through passion. So intuition says, yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. Yeah, go ahead and do it. And then we feel the passion. And then we have this argument inside us. No, it's dangerous. I don't like this passion. I don't trust this passion. And intuition said, yeah, go ahead, do it. Right? And so do we trust our passion? Can we connect to our positive passion and not to our negative addictive passion? All right, so we touched many places of intuition and endlessness today, and I would like to thank you for participating. I will stop the recording now.